Season 2, Episode 1.
Episode 1.
Season 2, Episode 1.
Episode 1. Hi, companions. We're so excited.
Yes.
I can't believe Season 2 is here.
I know. It's been a rocky road.
Crazy. It has been. It has been. But that's okay. Adversity.
Mm-hmm.
We still here.
We beat the odds.
Yep. What did you do? What did you do on your hiatus?
Oh.
Did you spend time with your mom? You know, what did you do?
Wait, Mom. We're not gonna start. No. We're not gonna start off throwing shade. We're not doing that, ma'am. We're gonna listen. Show me some grace.
Okay. All right. I'll calm down. Calm down.
Yes.
All right. What did you do though?
That,
Seriously.
listen, my dad didn't give her happy pills this morning.
Yes, he did.
He did.
I am happy.
Okay. They
I'm
didn't.
excited.
Okay,
Yeah.
they didn't
I
kick
just
it
miss
yet.
you. I
Oh,
just miss you.
stop it. Oh,
Hi, companions.
Yes,
We're at
hi.
it again.
hi, companions. Missed you so much.
We did miss you guys.
Yeah, we did. This was like a routine of ours, and then to have to take a break, I feel like we're adjusting though, right? I was like, wait a minute.
are. We
How do
are.
I set up my computer again?
I know. I'm like, is my mic working? Like,
Yeah.
I know. We had to relearn all the stuff that gave us technical difficulties in the past. But I think we're there. I think we got it.
Yeah, we got it. We're
got
good.
it.
We're
We
good.
got it. We ready to rock and roll.
Yes. What we talking about today, Mom?
A couple of things. I found something really interesting. I actually read an article. Have you seen those videos recently about BBL smell?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I was like, ooh. So I did a little research and I read an article. I'm going to tell you about it.
Okay.
So I was reading an article about BBLs because I just think that it's interesting with, the videos that are circulating. And it said that BBL smell is not directly caused by the procedure itself. It is more so because, BBLs involve fat transfer. And so it requires careful post-op care. So any unusual odor is typically linked to factors like improper hygiene, bacterial infections, issues with wound care during the recovery stage. And so in reading further, it stated that maintaining cleanliness can be more challenging due to the changes in the body shape. So neglecting aftercare instructions could lead to like bacterial growth and other complications. And then as I'm reading it, I'm saying to myself, this is such a high risk procedure.
Yeah, it
but,
is.
it's all the rave right now. Yeah. But there was actually a study conducted called Assessing Cosmetic Surgery Safety, the Evolving Data. And the study found that 1 in 15,000 to 20,000 BBL procedures end in death because there's a chance that the fat that's being transferred gets into the bloodstream and could go up to the lungs or the heart, which could cause death. Isn't that crazy?
Whoa.
It travels. And so, yeah. And then aftercare, like some of the side effects include bruising, excessive bleeding, scarring, numbness, swelling, and then, of course, the foul odor that we talked about earlier. So all of this is just very interesting to me. And I'm not saying I'm against it, but, for those who truly feel like this is something that they want to do to kind of boost their self-esteem or enhance, the beauty that they already have, I just say, please do your research, people, because it is critical. It's critical. critical. Would you ever get one?
Whoa. After you,
Or do you know anybody that has one?
oh yeah, I know plenty of people that under,
Do you?
yeah. I
Like
mean,
personally?
personally, yeah, yeah. I know a plethora of women who underwent that surgery. I mean, it is what it is. I don't have anything against it. I just want them to do it for the right reasons. Like some people do it because
Yeah.
they think that's what their man wants, or they see other people doing it. Like do it for you. If you do it for you, do the right research, understand
Yeah.
what you're getting yourself into, proper care, all of that. Do you. Like I'm all for just doing you, but that's a little scary. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
It is. It is. And then the risk, even with anesthesia, any surgery that you have to be put under is high risk, anyway. So, to do it because you want to just have a bigger behind is, it's a lot. It's a lot to consider. And then, a lot of times people go to these foreign countries where, the doctors don't really have all the credentials that they should have to be performing these types of procedures. And so some of them don't make it back. They don't make it off the table. So it's just a scary situation.
Very scary. It's very scary. I mean, I know that we have a popular one here in New York called, well, I won't put the name out there, but it's very popular, and they do the procedure like you're awake during the process. It's like they just numb the area. It's like local anesthesia, and you're awake throughout the whole
Wow.
entire process. Yeah. And you go home
And
like,
then like the recovery, you can't even sit. You
Yeah.
can't sit on your butt. You can't lay. You can't it just seems so uncomfortable. I don't know in terms of, how many weeks or days or whatever it takes before you can, get back to some sense of normalcy. But I don't know. That's a lot for me. The pros and the cons, I don't know. I think
mean,
maybe I'll just hope that one day I come back as a sheep. Have you seen those sheeps? They have sheep that
Wow.
have, I'm telling you, they have bodies that people would kill for. Check out this video.
This is home to the world's sheep with the biggest butt. When you visit Xinjiang, your eyes will surely be drawn to these large sheep butts. The Altai big-tailed sheep is famous for its round, large tail. The fat on its buttocks alone makes up 1/6 of its body. It not only looks soft and bouncy, but also wobbles as it walks. It looks extremely funny and unusual. The Altai big-tailed sheep has such an exaggerated rear because, of course, for survival. The Altai region has a cold climate and harsh conditions. In order to cope with the migration of hundreds of kilometers every year, they must store more fat to survive the long dry grass season. Moreover, their large rear helps maintain body balance while running.
Isn't that crazy?
crazy, wild, crazy. Yep. You know what? When you go to the,
Crazy.
I'm going to get a personal trainer and I'm going to bring this as, listen, I need this body. He's going to be like, isn't that a sheep?
This is what I
ma'am?"
want.
Yeah.
You can say yeah, but I'm sure their milkshake bring all the boys to the yard. Mm-hmm. For sure.
For sure.
Yeah. That.
You crazy.
Body, yaddy, yaddy.
You crazy.
Body, yaddy, yaddy.
Oh, my Lord. Bless it. Mama, you crazy. So, Mom, you asked me what I did on my hiatus. No, obviously, I did not spend it with you. Wah, wah.
Okay, I'm done.
I can't with you. Well, I spent it with my friends.
You did. Okay. And that was a choice you made. I hear you.
Yeah, just a little, Sometimes you just need a refresh. Sometimes you just, you want to be around your friends, because I feel like, when you work all day. You just want to come home and you just want to chill. So, and then, haven't really been spending that much time with them because we've been recording on, the weekends. We dedicate that time to prepare to record. So I just wanted to like chill with my friends.
Okay. All right.
Do you have
I'm
any
jealous,
friends?
but it's okay.
Do you have any friends, Mom? Do you have any friends? Do you?
Uh, I do. I do have friends. I do, believe it or not. I have a handful of friends. I mean, I know a lot of people, but I wouldn't call all of them friends. Friendship is something that I take very seriously. So I do have a handful of friends that I do consider almost, sisters or brothers, because I have male friends as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
A handful.
I know you have, you don't have that many either. Yeah. You don't have a ton.
No. Like you said, I know a lot of people. I feel like I have a lot of associates, but friendship, that's just like I value that word so much. Like I hold you to a different level when I call you my friend.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? So not everyone
Sure.
has worked their way up to that level. You have not
Yeah.
proven yourself. You have to prove yourself. Your loyalty, all of that,
Yeah.
like all of that matters to me. So people will turn on you in a minute, honey. All right?
They will. They will. And like, even, like for me, like, trust and honesty are big for me when I'm talking about friendship, because I want to be able to share my feelings without being judged, and I also want to be able to tell you my deepest, darkest secrets and feel like you're going to keep that confidential, And then even like respect. We should respect each other, we should value each other's opinion, even if they're different on a certain topic. We should be able to have a discussion about it, and, even a debate. Even a debate is okay, a disagreement, all of that. But then at the end of the day, just respect the fact that, we're not aligned on a certain topic. And that happens a lot because often I have to remember that not everybody has the same mindset as me, and I struggle with that, and I've struggled with it all my life because, certain people deal with things differently. We're all different, and that's what makes us different people. But I think my patience and my tolerance level, and it could be just because how I grew up, I grew up hard. I grew up in New York. Like, if you weren't hard, you would get eaten up. And so my attitude towards certain things is like, just let it roll off your back, keep it moving. But some people are emotional, and I am emotional, but some people are more emotional than I am. And so sometimes I think my friends and I have, we have debatable moments where they may feel a certain way about a topic, and I'm like, you got to move on, let it go, let it go, let it go. But then I have to realize, if it's something that's hurting them, then it's going to linger for a while. But, at the end of the day, my friend is my friend. I feel like I'm a good friend, and I want back what I put out in terms of friendship. But there is one thing, like reliability. Like, I feel like I should be able to rely on my friends. And I think my friends can rely on me as well. But there's just certain things that I tell them off the bat, like, don't ask me to help you with, because I'm not going to be that friend.
And what's that?
And one of those things is moving. If you have to move, please don't ask me to help you move. Don't ask me to help you move. But here's what I will do. I'll help you buy the materials to move. I'll help you buy boxes. I'll send you a little bit of tape. I'll some Sharpies so we can mark the boxes. But the actual physical part of moving, please don't ask me to help you. I've done it enough in my life for myself and my family that that's just one thing that I'm not good with that. But they know it. I tell them, out the gate. Anything off limits with you and your friends?
I'm not one that gives play-by-plays. You know, some friendships like best friends, they like, oh girl, I'm getting my nails done. Oh girl, I'm getting my hair done. Oh girl, you know, da 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 da. I'm not that friend. I'm not
Okay.
that friend that's gonna
No.
I'm not going to like probably reach out to you every day.
Mm-hmm.
I just my friends that are my friends understand that I need my space too from them. And not it's nothing personal. It's just sometimes I just isolate myself for whatever reason. Sometimes you just need
Yeah.
to reboost your energy, you know? And they
Mm-hmm.
understand me. Those that do understand me, I appreciate y'all because I know that I am not the easiest person to deal with. I know that about me. I am, yes, I do. I know that about me. And you know what? It's one thing that I love about me too. I love that about me. I love that I am okay in my own space. I love that I am okay.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy my own company. I just feel like those that don't, those that constantly need someone near them or by them or need to be around people to feel validated, I can't relate to that. I just feel like if you can't
Yeah.
sit, excuse my language, if you can't sit in your own shit, like what makes you think someone else is going to want to sit with you in that funk? You know? Just enjoy your own company. You entered this world alone, right? I came
Yeah.
out the womb with my Conehead Holloway came out alone. Okay?
You did. You
Yes.
did.
And I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay to just sit here. Sometimes I'll read. Sometimes I'll watch TV. Some even in a relationship, I'm okay with you being in one room, I'm in the other. We'll gather
Mm-hmm.
together at some point in the day. At some point, you know.
Yeah.
I won't neglect you though. I'll ask you if you're hungry. I'll feed you. I'll check on you. I would. I will. I promise you. But
Mm-hmm.
I like me. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. You love yourself. I
I
love
do.
that. Yeah. That's awesome. No, that's awesome. I mean, I have my moments too where I'm not that friend either to be constantly like, I'll go weeks, sometimes a month or two without even speaking to my friends. But they know I'm here. They know I love them, but just life happens, when you have a family, you have a job, you have different things that you're doing, sometimes you grow apart slightly, but the minute you need me or I need you, I'm right back there.
Yeah.
I'm right back in that place. But one thing that's big for me is like forgiveness in terms of friendships because I've had friends, growing up. Now that I'm older, you look back, you reflect, and it's like, it really wasn't that serious, girl. You could have forgiven her a lot sooner than you did. I had a
What?
problem with like forgiving people. I know, imagine that, right? Yeah,
You don't
just like,
say.
holding on, just holding on to like issues just because, I was one of those people, you're going to need me before I need you type of thing. But it's all about growing and maturity and all of that. So now, today, I can honestly say that it's a lot easier for me to forgive people than it was in the past, depending on what the situation is. Because once you break that trust,
Yeah.
it's hard to get that back. But, if it's something minor or, whatever, I'm a little bit more forgiving these days than I was. So I forgive you for not seeing me while we were on hiatus.
See, I was about to praise you, and then I'm taking it away,
I messed it up.
snatching it back.
I messed that up. No backsies.
But you know what? You made a valid point about that forgiveness, and I also feel like some friendships are like relationships. Like, look at Ginny and I. We just said we're each other's longest relationship. We said that just last night. We hung out together,
Yeah.
and it's just like I just feel like she's my soul sister. You know what I mean? Like that's my girl. And then I have Crystal, who I met at my job, and she became like my best friend too. And to get that title as best friend, you have just you did your due diligence, and you've earned that
Yeah,
title.
you
I
did
don't
your
just
job.
yeah, I don't just give that title away to people. And friends come and go, but the true real ones, they stick around. They see you in your
Oh yeah.
darkest times, and they still see the light in you, even if you don't see it in yourself. So I appreciate them. I really do. For sure.
Yeah. That's good. And it's funny because I met a couple of my closest friends I met at work. So
Oh.
it is funny how, you grow up as a child, you have all these friends, you have a ton of friends. Everybody's your best friend when you're a kid. She's my best friend. Can she come over? Like everybody's your best friend. Then as you get older, you realize, what true friendship is. And I met two of my closest friends at work. So that's cool too. But it's hard these days because now, a lot of us are remote workers. So it's kind of hard to develop those relationships like you could back in the day when you could stop at someone's cubicle and, have a conversation or go out after work, happy hours and, all that stuff. Like you don't really see that anymore these days. So
Very
it's
true.
kind of sad a little bit.
Yeah. You ever had a friend, like come to you and say, "Hey, this person said such and such about you," but that person that came to them and said whatever they said, they're aware of your dynamic, their friendship, right? They're aware of your friendship with that person. So my question would always be like, okay, well, what made this person, if they know our dynamic, they know that we're true, like close friends, why did that person feel comfortable enough coming to you, telling you something about me? You know
Right.
what I mean? Like, what's going on
Yeah.
here? You know what I mean? Like, if I
Yeah.
would never,
Yeah. That's a
I don't know. I don't know. That's just me. That's just like, I'm just gonna use an example. That's just like if someone came up to Jenny and they know our true dynamic, right? And they're like, "Oh, Kim is whatever, whatever." I would never say anything
yeah.
to incriminate her, but Jenny would. Jenny from the block. Okay, she don't play that. she she will handle that. Okay,
Yeah.
and same
For sure.
if the roles were reversed, same.
Yeah.
So be careful those
Yeah.
friends, those so-called friends that come to you and tell you other people talking and saying, and like why they feel so comfortable coming to you telling you things if they know that y'all are friends.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. Or what was the conversation? Like, I know Jenny would never do that, but, were you having a conversation about me? A dog that brings a bone will carry a bone too. So, yeah, you're right. You have to be careful
Yeah.
these days, especially.
What do you think makes friendship thrive, and what do you think makes friendships fail? Like, what would you say would be like one of the reasons?
I think the thrive part for me, I would say is, honesty.
Okay.
Just honesty, being straight up and honest with me and keeping it real with me. If I'm telling you something and you don't agree with it, like tell me you're wrong in this situation. I think you're wrong. I think you could have handled it better, because I am one to take accountability. Some people might disagree with that, but I feel like I do take accountability because that's big for me. I expect people to take accountability when they're wrong, and so I try to do the same. So I want my friend to be straight up with me, straight up, whether I like what you're about to tell me or not. Be honest with me. So that's what makes a friendship thrive in my circle. And then just, lack of trust. If I can't trust you, it's hard to come back from that. If I feel betrayed, it's hard to come back from that. If I tell you my deepest, darkest secrets, and then all of a sudden I find out somebody else knows my deepest, darkest secret, yeah, that's tough to come back from. Tough. So those are the two for me. What about you?
I think the thriving part probably respecting each other's boundaries because everyone, deals with things differently. And, my best friends, I'm sure they go through things and they may not want to tell me immediately. And same with me. Like sometimes it takes me time to process before I can actually spill what's going on. So respecting each other's boundaries, loyalty, obviously, 100%. That's,
Sure.
and then probably what can make friendships fail is probably distance.
Spit it out.
I would just say distance for some people, because some people, even though, like you said, you can go months without talking to your friends, some people need that
Yeah.
contact every
They
day.
do.
They need to feel secure in the friendship and they need you to contact them every day to validate the friendship. So that to me can possibly make a friendship fail. And that's why I don't have many friends because I'm not that person. I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know.
But
I
anyway.
know in this day and age, I don't even like talking on the phone. Like, you can text me. I don't even have to hear your voice. Just text me. We can keep in contact like that. Let me know you're okay. You need anything, that type of thing. Because, with the technology, I just feel like sometimes you don't want to talk. Like, I talk all day at work during meetings, leading calls and like different things like that. So by the time I'm done with my 9 to 5, like, I don't want to be on the phone. I don't. So, yeah, some people don't like that. They think that it's a little impersonal.
Yeah.
So.
But all in all,
Yeah.
we're amazing individuals, Mom, you and I think we have amazing friends in our lives and we appreciate each and every one of them, right?
Yes,
We do.
We do. Even if we don't call often, we love you.
We do. We do love you.
And appreciate you.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely,
Yeah.
100%. Oh, Mom, I have a question. Speaking of friendships, do you have that one friend that probably overuses the N word? Like, how do you feel about the N word being used?
I don't have a friend who uses it. I don't really think, like my generation, I don't think, well, I shouldn't say my generation, but the friends that are around the same age as I am, we don't really use that, especially not the women. Maybe I do have a couple of male friends that from time to time will use it, but like it's highly controversial, first of all,
Yeah,
the
it
N
is.
word. And it's kind of sensitive. It's, it carries a painful history, the meaning behind it. And, in terms of like racism and oppression and things like that. And so I feel like our community, like while I'm glad that we have kind of taken it and kind of repurposed it and made it into something that, people say is a term of endearment or, meaning solidarity and like things like that. It's just not a word that I use because I don't think it's a pretty word. I think that, I'll say it if I'm like listening to a rap song and, it's used widely in rap music and, I'm hip hop till I die. So if I'm reciting a song that has it, yes, I'll say it in that moment, but it's not it's not a word that I use in my everyday vernacular. It kind of, it's cringy a little bit to me. And I'll give you an example. So I was at a doctor's appointment and I was there for a GYN appointment, but it's an OB/GYN practice. And there was a young couple that came in and they came in to get an ultrasound done to find out what the gender is of the baby that they were having. And so we were in the waiting room, and make a long story short, like they came out from the appointment and they were sitting in the waiting room and they were waiting for, I guess, to be discharged or whatever. And so the father of the baby decides he's going to make a phone call to his homies to let them know what he's having. So he gets on the phone. He's like, hey, yeah, what's up, my N-word? He goes, we just found out we having a little N word. I'm so excited. You know, my little N word, he gonna be so fly. I'm gonna buy him this, I'm gonna buy him that. And they talk for a while, and then he's like, all right, let me go. I gotta go call my pops to let him know we got another little N word joining the crew. And the whole time I had my head down and I was on my phone because in the waiting room was not a bunch of us. It was a bunch of other people who were non-African American. Mm-hmm. And so I'm looking around like, oh my God, it's only me and this young couple here. And so I felt embarrassed. Mm-hmm. I really felt embarrassed because he was so loud and it was so unnecessary. But that's how he talks. Mm-hmm. That's the way he speaks. And so for me, I don't use that word. You know, I live in a house with 2 Gen Zers, and I'm sure they probably use that word when they're talking to their friends. They don't use it to me. They don't really use it around me. But I'm sure they use it because that's what people do these days. But for me, it's not a pretty word for me. So that's not how I roll.
I hear you. I'm the same way.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. I don't use it either. Like you said, if I'm reciting lyrics to a song, then possibly I even find myself pausing when it's coming up and be like, oh, you know. And I know that I can use it. I have every right to use it. You know, I don't need permission to use it because I am African American, and you know, I can use it. I have, you know, it's just when other cultures use it as well. I'm like, and I said this to someone just the other day. I'm like, I understand, like, and I love, 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 love the Hispanic culture because I feel like I'm a part of their community as well. You know, growing up in the Bronx, born and raised, you know, I have my best friend is Puerto Rican. Like, they are my family. But I just feel like, who gave y'all permission to use it? You guys are down with us. Yes. We feel the love. We feel the love. But, and I think this was, I think the Shade Room covered this because the Shade Room has a podcast as well. And they were talking about how different cultures, especially that community, the Hispanic community, how they use it, and it can be degrading in a way to us. And they, you know, I felt like, oh, I'm not the only Black person that feels some type of way when other cultures use it. I just feel like, you know, can we have something to ourselves as a community? Can we just own something and keep it, you know, without someone trying to grab it and get a hold of it and make it their own? You know, those are my feelings behind it. So I know that's going to be controversial too, and I don't care. I'm prepared for the backlash. Come at me, yo.
And it's interesting. Come at me, yo. And it's interesting to me because it doesn't bother me when other cultures use it, as long as it's not the ER. As long as it's not the ER on the end, if it's the A or the AH, it doesn't really bother me because it's not a word that I like, so I don't mind sharing that one, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, that's not one that I want to hold near and dear to my heart because I just don't like it. I think it's derogatory no matter what, no matter who's using it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But I feel like it's even more derogatory when it's other cultures that decide to use it. You know, yeah, I feel like, you know, it's more settling in a way when another Black person uses it. But, you know, when it's from someone outside of our community, I'm sorry. I'm like, I'm looking at you like, okay, you're that comfortable. Okay, cool, whatever. But no one's saying anything. No one's speaking up. And I decided that I'm going to start.
Okay. And like, so when do you think is appropriate to use it? You know what I mean? Because I don't feel as cringy when I have a cookout and we have a whole bunch of our people around us, and that's how they talk. People are using it. It's not as cringy. But when we're in a different setting with other cultures around, like I get pretty embarrassed when people talk like that. Like, is that hypocritical? I don't know.
I don't know that it's hypocritical, but you can't. I think just like we all have a corporate voice when we're at work, right? And then as soon as I clock out, I'm like, I'm clocking out. You know what I mean?
That's cool.
You know what I mean? So, but not everyone has that switch, mom. You know?
True. I know. Yeah. And that's the part where I'm like, ooh, let me step to the right a little bit so they don't think, I'm down with this.
Damn,
I know.
not step to the right.
Step to the right, mama. I got to step to the right sometime. Yeah, depending on the situation, where we are, who's around, like,
No.
because sometimes it is embarrassing. Like in the waiting room of that doctor's office. Like
Yeah.
I was pretty embarrassed. I really was. I was like, oh my goodness, this is, and they're looking around, looking at each other, and I'm like, not with them. Yeah, not with them. Yeah, I was pretty cringed out. I was. I have to say. Yeah, so that's why I don't use it. Have I used it? Sure, of course, but more so in the past. That's not something that I use on a daily basis, or my kids even know not to use it around me like that. Growing up, we couldn't even say stupid in my household. My mother was like, we don't say words like that. So the N word, absolutely not in the house.
Yeah.
No way.
But that goes to show you that, it starts at home, mom. It's
It does.
it's your upbringing. So not everyone was fortunate to have that guidance. So
Yeah.
and poor little,
And sometimes it's your environment.
I was gonna say poor little N word that's
No.
coming because that's
I know, right? I'm like, is he doomed, or
Yeah.
what is going on here? Yeah. And and sometimes people do, like, you do have the right upbringing in terms of that parental guidance, but then when you get outside, you get that peer pressure. You have other people that are saying it, other people that are doing this, doing that. So that's what makes you say it. But even if I said it as a child, like, I knew once I stepped to my door and went inside, that was the end of it. So I don't know. It is. It's a hot topic.
it is very it's a hot topic, mom. It is. But we're bringing real life-ish, to the table, and it's real life. It's real life stuff. We gotta talk about the things
is.
people don't really want to talk about. Well, we gotta touch on some things, and some things we gotta leave under the rug because we want to still remain. We don't want anyone to try to, get our page banned or anything. So we still got to be careful what we
Yeah.
talk about. But
Yeah.
I mean, like you said, it is controversial, but I wanted to talk about it. I wanted to get your insight on it.
Yeah. It's just,
I-
it's not pretty.
It's not.
just not.
And I
Let's
know
just leave it at that.
Grandma doesn't
Yeah.
like it at all. Grandma doesn't like it at all. She's like, every time she hears it, she's like,
No.
her little cute
Yeah.
self. She's
It is. It's cringy.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah.
But anyway, now that we got that out, y'all know how I feel now about it.
Out the way.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. They gonna be coming for you. They might come for you in the comments.
And I'm ready.
I got you, though.
And I'm ready. My mom put me in karate and I took some boxing classes. I'm ready. Yeah. I'm ready, believe me.
Yes.
And I got my mama's mouth.
That's right. And I'm up there in age, but I still got it. I still go to the gym.
Just kidding. It's all love. Love you.
No, it is. It's all love. It's with love.
Yeah.
It's with love. Everything that we talk about here is with love. But there'll be differences of opinion, and that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay, and that's what we want. We want you guys to engage with us. Let us know what you think about
Yeah,
it.
for sure. I'm curious. I want to know.
Yep.
So season 2, episode 1, I have a question. I have a question for you.
Okay.
So do you have like something that you like to do before you start recording? Like to get yourself prepared?
I do, but I don't know if I should share it.
Why not? With the companions or with me?
With
Because we
the
can edit it out.
companions.
Oh, with the companions?
Yeah, with the companions.
Why?
Because everybody knows that I can't sing, but I will tell you what I
Oh,
do before each
no.
recording. Because I have to get my mind right. So I get tea. I have tea in my cup here, my companion's cup.
So cute.
I have tea. I sip. Isn't it? I sip on my tea. Then I want to make sure my throat is, right. So then I do a little rendition. I go, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. And then I know that I'm good. But that's how I get myself ready.
Oh.
Was that bad?
Wow.
At least I do it in the privacy of my own home,
Yes, that was beautiful, Mom. I mean, that was, yeah. One more time.
What she really wants to say, companions, is that was a yuck and a yikes moment all in one.
Can you just
but that's okay.
do it one more time, please?
No, I'm not. I'm not doing it.
Oh.
No, ma'am. No. What do you do?
I listened to a certain song. You probably don't know it.
Which
I don't know
one?
if you know Iggy.
Oh,
Iggy Azalea.
Azalea.
Yeah. Yeah, she has it.
I don't really. I know she had the one song.
Fancy.
I forget what
Yeah,
it's
that's
called.
probably, I
but-
think that's the only song she ever.
Oh yeah.
I listen to that.
Okay.
I look in the mirror and I go,
You do?
first thing first, I'm the realest.
Okay. Okay.
I'm so
like that.
fancy. You already know. That's my favorite song. I don't know why. It just does something to me. Where is she? Where is Iggy?
Really?
Where is she?
I don't know. What happened to her?
I don't know. I don't know. But I love that song.
Now she's the one that was with Nick Young. Is that the same girl? Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't know what happened to her. And I thought she was pretty girl.
Yeah, she was. Anyway.
Well, hey Iggy. Hope
What up,
everything
what up,
is
Iggy?
Okay.
Yeah.
With ya.
For real.
With ya.
I love your song. I still play it.
Good.
Anyway. Ma, you sure you don't want to do it one more time?
No, I do not.
Okay. All right. I'll try it.
thank you.
Okay, I'll try it. So we're gonna do something a little different. We're gonna end with an inspirational quote from both my mom and I. Mom, you want to go first, or you want me to go first?
Sure, I can go first. I just wanted to say, like, for those people who, in the past we've talked about therapy and how that's not really something that my generation takes advantage of, but I know the younger generations do. So I'm kind of speaking to my generation because we don't really take therapy seriously, or we didn't in the past. And so if you really are going through things and you think that you really could benefit from talking to someone, a professional, I just want to leave you with this. Someone said this the other day, and I thought, wow, that's very powerful. So the quote is, "You can't heal what you don't reveal. So don't hide your scars."
Wow.
And if you need that help, go get it. Isn't that powerful? I loved it. I loved it. So I had to put it in my notes because, I would not have remembered. So I was like, let me put this in my notes so I can share that with the companions. Yeah, that was very powerful message.
I think I want to get that tatted. Yeah, that's
beautiful.
fire. It is. Well, mine is not as amazing, but here it is. A strong individual stands up for themselves. A stronger individual stands up for everyone else. Don't be that individual is all I'm saying. Don't be like me, because that's me. No, no, no. Mind your business, because let me tell you something. You're going to carry the weight of other people. I mean, pick and choose your battles. Yes, I agree and I disagree with this quote, but I wanted to share it because I can relate to it so much, because here I am. I'm always trying to fight someone's battle. But listen, it's draining. Pick and choose who you fight for, and you got to make sure that that person will be willing to fight for you too, because sometimes when you get into in your own battlefield, you be standing there alone. Okay.
Yeah.
When no one.
Thinking you have an army behind you.
Yeah,
And
you look
turn
around.
and it's like, oh, it's just me.
Dolo. Okay. I'm just saying. So
Yep.
pick and choose
Yep.
who you fight for. Believe me, I learned the hard way.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Anyway.
It's okay. But that's our time, companions. Thank you so much. We can't believe we are on season 2, episode 1.
Yes.
We have a lot more content coming your way. So continue to come back and see about us. We missed you guys, and we're so grateful for all the love and support that we've been receiving. Thank you so much.
Yes, we love you forever. We love you for loving us the way that you do.
Yes, forever and ever.
Until next time.
Until next time. Bye, guys.